Hi, welcome to Winners and Grinners. My name is Darren Murphy. Great to have your company wherever you are watching. Joining me as usual, Dave Tinnis-Carroll. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good evening, Daz. Great to be here once again, watching a bit of the Roosters-Warriors game live, even though we're recording. So there you go.
6-6 at the moment, so great. Looks like a great game of football.
It does.
Barry Coe, how are you, mate?
Yeah, very good, very good. Great to be back on the panel.
Mate, guys, before we start off, a bit of a shout-out here for Joel Kane, who is going through a few battles at the moment. Of course, we actually know Joel from Fox Sports, and he also does Sportsbet as well. So going through a few battles at the moment. So we really want to wish him all the best, and that we really want to see him back on our TV screens real soon.
Yeah, all the best, mate. Sad to hear.
Yeah, definitely, because he's a very good commentator, or not commentator, but a person to listen to, and he has great ideas and thoughts. So all the best, Joel.
Yeah, now the other thing that happened as well is we lost an absolute legend in Dennis Cometti.
Absolute
Passed
legend.
away this week.
Yeah, Bruce Brackenvaney came out and said that he was probably, the best of the best.
Yeah.
And he was able to commentate a game, and at the top of his thought process, he was able to just mention the words that were right at the time. So he was a great commentator to listen to, and I never knew that he actually grew up in WA. He played waffle
did
football.
all his game in WA.
And then became worked for ABC Perth, and he then became the best of the best. So, and he was only ill for a short time. He retired in 2021, and now he's another one of the best has left us.
News.
Yeah, so we don't want to end up on a sad note, guys, but yeah, that's the way that it has been this week. Let's get through with our top 5 news stories for this week. Number 5, a new combat sport hits the scene. The International Brawling Championships is launching events around Australia promoting pure stand-up punching with no grappling and short, fast rounds. It's being billed as boxing without the slow bits.
I saw a promo for this. Is this like to compete with the UFC?
It has to be.
Yeah.
But why?
Oh no, but don't you think it's great? There's no grappling. It's just full on hitting each other in the head. That's what you want to see.
But
don't
why
you?
do we need this?
I don't
Why,
know.
why are we buying into this?
I'm not a fan of these fighting sports myself.
Yeah, I'm not a big boxing fan either, but I think even in boxing, don't you think there's more grappling than there is just trying to take someone's head off?
There's grappling in everything these days.
Yeah, well, I suppose look at NRL,
Yeah.
AFL, probably a bit of grappling in ping pong tennis. I don't know, table tennis.
Well, I guess there's an audience for it. It's a very primal thing.
Well, there has to be
there's
an
a
audience.
lot of people do like to watch
I
that
just
sort of
don't
stuff,
think
but-
people want to. They do. They want to see people bash the shit out of each other. And if that's more hitting than grappling, then bring it on, as I say.
Will people buy into it?
Yeah.
I would think so, because we are a bit of a bloodthirsty society. We do love people getting bashed up for no reason.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea though, does.
Yeah, no, not for me either. Okay, number 4, the Australia has locked in their Winter Paralympics team. Green and Gold squad is set for Milano Cortina Games with 14 athletes across 4 sports. That's a big team. Veteran Michael Milton headlines the team and will become Australia's oldest winter Paralympian at 52. Wow, ripe old age.
Wow,
52.
that's
I
incredible.
wonder what he's obviously not doing like the bobsleigh, or he's not doing the downhill skier, at 52 years of age. But that's
For anyone to be competing at that level at that age, that's just
I'm
amazing.
50. I'm 57.
well,
There's
actually
no
just
way
a
that
bit
I'm
off
competing.
the track.
You
here.
retired at 49. from
Absolutely.
sports, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a young fella up at playing in the Northern Territory Football League tonight in the preliminary final. He's 57 years of age in the reserve grade preliminary final.
Wow,
50,
really?
That's nearly my age. That is insane. It's stupidity. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Obviously still has a fair bit of fitness.
He looks pretty fit. He looked a bit like me, actually. Bald head.
The picture of fitness.
Fitness of fitness. But no, congratulations to the Paralympians. Hopefully they do
home
us
some
proud,
gold,
because they obviously our Olympians for the Winter Games were very successful. So But will I be watching much of it?
Considering how little snow we have in Australia, I think we do pretty well. We punch above our weight.
But I don't watch much of it. But anyway, I'm sure we'll read some of it.
Yeah, I'm sure that it'll be on some channel.
Yeah.
Probably on Stan, which we can't actually watch.
That's right.
All right, number 3, the NRL Vegas gamble rolls on. ARL Commission boss Peter V'landys says the Las Vegas experiment still has plenty of life in it. The league has determined to crack the US market and make rugby league a global product. I actually like this. I do.
It shines a big spotlight on the opening round, doesn't it?
It does. I think Brian Carney actually last week, and I actually remember this from last week, that he said that Super League and NRL actually need to work together to survive.
Yes.
And I truly believe that.
Yeah. Well, obviously, the NRL with V'landys has already reached out to see if they can purchase the Super League. There's no worry at all that this juggernaut in the US for rugby league is going to stop right now.
No.
It's up and about. The crowd that they have on last Sunday was it? I think they had
48,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know they probably had 70% Australians and 20% Poms and maybe only 10% the US people, but
you got to build it, eh?
Oh, you do, and it's just the right place to do it, and obviously, he's talking about Miami. I actually spoke to someone about this the other day, just a good mate of mine, and he said if they go to Miami, he's going because Miami's very much like the Gold Coast of Australia.
Yeah.
I've never been to Miami, but that's all. You just hear the biggest raves. Wow, imagine going over there. I mean, probably wouldn't get back home at times, but they said the juggernaut is not stopping, and I'm intrigued. When will the NRL come out, Daz? I mean, it's the 4th year next year of 5 years. It's been locked in. Surely if they're going to continue for another 5 years, wouldn't you think that in the next 6 months that a decision would have to be made?
They'd have to think very, very seriously about where they're going to take the game.
I agree, but no concerns for me. Like people just continually talk about it, and it's, I mean, not only just the people who are in Vegas watching it, the amount of pubs, clubs
Here in Australia.
lease clubs.
That's right. Even if it's not building it overseas, it's making it popular.
Well, it actually had record ratings.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, it makes it exciting for round one. Oh, it's Vegas. Oh, we've got to watch this. It
Absolutely.
shines a huge spotlight on it.
Yeah, so they're of all the sports in Australia and even probably in the world, they are very world leading. As in like leading to where they want to take their sport. And the only other sport in the world is doing that is the NFL.
Yeah.
If they wanted to take an AFL game to the US, they couldn't find a cricket pitch to put it on, I would think.
He wouldn't be able to.
Okay. Well, AFL's actually been overseas before.
Has it?
Yeah, went to Shanghai.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It just
There wouldn't be
doesn't
too many
work.
oval grounds in the US, I would think.
No, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, the AFL shakes things up again. The league is doubling down on its opening round concept and continues to tweak the rule book heading towards the new season. As always, traditional fans are divided on whether these changes will improve the game. What changes are they making?
Well, it's the ruck rule where you're both not allowed to cross the centre line. So one can't before a certain time. Firstly, the opening round is a waste of bloody time. It was all about, and I've said this before, about trying to get the Sydney and Brisbane markets. But right now, their opening round is this weekend. Yes, the Swans played last night in Sydney, had a record crowd. But I don't know why they need to call it opening round. It's just, to me...
Opening round, gather round.
Gather round. It's just a 0 round. But it's...
But why... I still don't understand round 0.
Yeah, well, funny, Michael Voss came out last night in his press conference. He said, I'm not allowed to call it round 0. It has to be opening round. But it is to us round 0. Round 0. The other rule is if the ball goes out between the 2 arcs, the 50-metre arcs on either end of the ground, and it's touched by a foot, then the opposition team who didn't have the ball or didn't kick it out will get a free kick as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's all about just making sure the game is quicker. But what I know we're going to talk about, but what I saw in that third quarter of Carlton's Sydney Swans last night, wow! Just a bit of off the track. They scored 75 points in a quarter of football last night. The Sydney Swans. It's the third highest scoring ever in VFL AFL history in a quarter.
Wow.
So maybe these new rules are helping some sides and being a disadvantage to others. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. All right, number one, Formula One rolls back into Melbourne. The Australian Grand Prix kicks off the 2026 season at Albert Park with a brand new technical regulations across the sport. Aussie driver Oscar Piastri will have the home crowd behind him. Gee, he got a lot of actual support down in Melbourne, and it was really good to see.
Oh, that's good. Because it's been a really weird one for Oscar Piastri is that the previous Australian driver, Mark Webber, he got a lot of support, but Oscar didn't seem to get as much support last year.
He got the fan base.
He's got the fan
base.
Good.
Now,
that's excellent that he has because I think he's a very good driver. I hope he goes. I mean, everyone will be rooting for him that he'll win on Sunday. But I don't know too much. My young boy who lives in Melbourne, young Lockie, he knows the rules. He knows everything backwards and frontwards about F1. And
big fan.
He's a really big fan, and I don't know too many of the rule changes, but it'll be interesting to see. I mean, do you think F1 is the biggest sport outside?
Oh, it's huge.
Football or like soccer or European. Like
worldwide, yeah, it would have to be pretty big.
Everyone I know just loves F1.
Yeah,
and I'm not a big fan of it, but I've only learnt a bit more because it was a good way to connect with my two young boys, and they loved it. So I thought, well, I'll try and understand it as well. But
yeah, I'm not really across it myself either.
But
well, Fox has made a channel, a whole TV channel on F1.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It's a sport that is truly global.
Yeah,
it goes from here to wherever. And then it's obviously there's the nighttime Grand Prix at Singapore and Monaco and the US. Like it's in every country, every state, like wherever it can be. Like I don't think New Zealand have one, but I mean obviously we're the it's a Southern GP, which is for Australia, but it's to me it's a massive sport. You probably know it better than me, Daz.
Yeah, no, it is huge. It's worldwide. It's huge.
Yeah.
There's a following. It's the same with supercars.
Yeah,
supercars are now starting to get a following, which is really good.
I watched the movie with Brad Pitt and still didn't understand it. But
I watched it too, and I couldn't understand it either.
I don't understand how someone that old is still driving cars. Anyway.
All right, let's turn to our NRL, and it kicked off this week with the Knights 28 defeating the Cowboys 18.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
Cowboys should have won this. And I think we said last week, by 20, 30 points. But Knights obviously, to not take anything away from them, they're obviously a lot better than we expected this year. And Cowboys are still making the same mistakes they made last year. So
I'm concerned about the Cowboys' ability to score now.
Yeah.
Well, even some of the tries they did get were fluky ones.
Exactly.
Fletcher Sharp, I think, was injured and they ran through him. And,
well, that was a big Fletcher Sharp should have been off the ground for Newcastle.
There was one where Talangi reeled it in with his fingertips. He was lucky to get that.
I like Jake Clifford. I'm sure he's a great young man, but I don't think he's the answer for the 5'8" for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Just doesn't bring enough spark.
He gave away that penalty in the first few minutes too. I felt like Dearden went missing a bit.
He did. It was disappointing.
He should be, And Drinkwater. He was injured.
Yep.
They needled him up, put him back on. Why put him back on?
I mean, one of the good things was obviously when Jackson Purdue went to fullback, and it provided a lot of spark for that team. He's even now got to play fullback, or he's got to go to 5'8". I didn't realise this kid's that good, but he's very good, isn't he?
Is it worth though putting someone back on the field with a rib injury and lose the game anyway? And you could lose that player next week.
I agree.
If his ribs don't heal.
It's a rib cartilage. I don't know why they put him back on.
So Braden Burns went off at 71 minutes for a hot shot.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, look, and we could talk about
was
this.
high.
It was high.
Yeah.
But then so was Stephen Crichton in
Yep,
the next
and we'll
game.
talk about
and
that
we'll talk
next.
about that,
Yeah.
obviously. But they've got to get it right. They need to get it right. I mean, Braden Burns was obviously high, and if you're going to go for 10 minutes, but
But there was a lot to like about the Knights' performance, I think.
Kalen, how good's Kalen Ponga, Daz?
Oh, yeah.
He's a good footballer to watch. He's just a pretty entertaining, good-looking young man and all that stuff. He's just great to watch. I mean,
My issue with Kalen was that he actually got up and laughed. And then the referee actually...
After he got hit.
After he got hit.
Well,
then the referee actually sent him off because he said, no, I don't need this. And he's like... And then...
So you don't think it was too high?
I don't think it was...
Not too high?
I don't think it deserved the severity that it did.
Well, it obviously didn't, and we'll talk about this in the next game because if Stephen Crichton didn't get sent off, then Burns shouldn't have been
And
either.
that's what I question. Okay, let's go to the next game. The Bulldogs defeated the Dragons 15-14. This was, on paper as well as on the telly, it was actually a really good game of football.
It was a good game, and I think Dragons performed above our expectations as well.
Dragons are going to be a team this year where they're going to choke you. So the Dragons are not going to put 40, 50 points on the good sides at all. And they're just going to try and, get down and dirty with you, just continue to choke you, frustrate you, which they did. They frustrated the Bulldogs. However, though, St. George were very, Stephen Crichton, to me, has come in late with a swinging arm to the head.
Yeah.
He should be off.
Well, you've got to protect the fullbacks.
Absolutely.
Why would anyone in their right mind want to be under a 40-metre high kick knowing that, a second rower or whatever is going to come out and take you out? So to me, Stephen Crichton had to be off, but had to be sent off for 10 minutes.
And then they get the penalty in the last 40 seconds of golden point for a strip.
I have watched that.
It's a loose carry.
That is a loose carry.
It's a loose carry any other day. I agree.
Look, I know
Dragons were robbed.
Shane Flanagan, I know, went off after the game. I haven't even looked to see whether he got fined. He shouldn't have got fined because everything that he said was correct on the reason why he thought that his team should have, and a coach is going to do that. He's going to go in the press conference and back his team. They're gutted. There's a long way to fly home. What is it, 12-hour flight and you lost by 1 point?
It was likely headed for a draw, I think.
Yeah.
The time was going to
I think it would have.
It deserved a draw for sure.
Absolutely.
But it was a really, it was like the Dragons, as I said, they're going to be probably bottom 6. But Bulldogs... still concerned about the halves, and I'll talk about the reason why I'm concerned about their halves because we'll talk about the next game, and if we talk about their halves, which was last night's game, there's a massive difference.
Oh, my goodness. The Storm 52 defeated the Eels 4. Oh, my goodness. I thought the Eels here would have actually done something better. They stuffed up.
Well, you did. We were mentioning off air. You did applaud them.
Yeah.
It was 4-0.
Yeah.
And they had 12 men on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it imploded.
Imploded because they disrespected when they had the ball. They disrespected Melbourne when they had the ball. They came off a preseason challenge thinking that they were better than what they are. You've got to get down. You've got to get down and dirty. Especially Melbourne. Look, we probably, I know I did. I've totally underestimated Melbourne. When you've got Jerome Hughes,
Harry
Grant, and Cameron Munster,
you're
still going to go all right, aren't you, Baz?
Mate, they carved them up.
And Nick Meaney as well.
Carved. Oh, how good was Harry Grant? So that's the difference. Okay, so you've got Jerome Hughes and Cameron Munster against a Bulldogs team of Galvin and Matt Burton.
Yep.
There's no dip. Like they're 1,000% in front of those two.
Yeah.
You know, so what do we make of Parramatta? I know, and I've tipped them to make to make top four, win the grand final. I still think they'll be okay.
It's only the first round, so
But they're down by 52. They got 50 points put on.
They got 48. They got a 48.
Yeah, I know there is that statistic that no team gets 50 put on them and goes on to win the premiership.
Absolutely,
but that's you know.
So Jermaine Hopgood.
Those can be broken.
Jermaine Hopgood, right at the very start of the game, got done for 10 for a high shot. Any difference between that one and Crichton?
None at all.
No.
Not
Think
at
that
all.
one was fair enough?
Yep, totally fair enough. Like, whether he gets suspended or not, but he should have got 10
He got
minutes.
he'll get 2 matches, apparently.
You know, so and it's funny, if Stephen Crichton got sent off last Sunday, he would have got suspended too for 10 minutes. You know, so it's, I've heard over the years that Stephen Crichton is well protected by the referees, but just a bit of controversy there.
Well,
but anyway.
we shouldn't be saying that.
yeah,
I can't say that.
No, you can't. But it's just like, like Melbourne. I was talking again to my mate this afternoon at Barrier Reef. Had a couple of frothies before I got here, which is always good.
The old Barrier Reef.
Yeah, the old Barrier Reef. And he said, do we want to see Melbourne getting top 2 again, though, and just not being able to perform?
Well, it's up to the other teams to keep them out of it, you know. It's,
Mm.
You know, you can't, you know.
But it's getting a bit boring now.
They're
getting the top 2.
They're already 48 points up on the differential.
Oh, yeah, they're on top of the ladder.
That's right. The 48-point differential is huge. And to think that
that's going to help them later in the season.
Without doubt it is. Like, I can't see how they don't make top 4 now. But does that mean the rest of the competition, because they've had such a big turnover, this is their biggest turnover they've had in a number of summers.
Yeah.
So the rest of the competition is can't just.
Well, Melbourne hasn't lost a round one since, 2001?
I think it's
23 for 24 years, something
years.
like that.
24 years.
Yeah.
But I've been saying it for years, though. Melbourne's doing something right, and I don't understand why the other teams aren't trying to replicate that.
Yeah. They're not cheaters.
Yeah,
You know.
I agree. And you're not only a pretty face, Baz, I've heard you many a time over the years say that. You would have said it at least 25 times that, which is a good way. It's good that you're saying that what they are doing something right.
Yeah.
But so the rest of the teams are just going, well, no, we're not going to copy them at all.
Yeah.
It's same with the Panthers. You know, they won 4 in a row. They're doing something right, and then you got other teams that are just struggling to even score a try.
Bellamy, it's Craig.
Yeah, it obviously is. Well
Where
done.
it all boils down
well
to,
done,
it's great.
Well done to
Yeah, but there's
Melbourne.
plenty of good coaches in the competition.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's the overall club from top to bottom and how cohesively it works.
Yeah.
And if something's not right, the club will fall apart.
And like they got this young Cooper Clark. I don't remember, they would have mentioned him on the TV last night. Comes from St. Gregory's School, Campbelltown.
Yep.
Campbelltown.
Yeah.
And he's gone into the Melbourne system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where they're doing it right.
Yeah.
They're getting the best kids early and then looking after them and then getting into their system in their under 19s and under 21s. And now that was unfortunate for that young Cooper Clark not to score last night. When he went across, he barged on the line, but he couldn't get the ball down. So,
And if you're a great young player coming into the comp and your goal is to win a premiership, who are you signing up with? Probably the Storm, mate.
Of course you are.
Like if you had a choice of anyone,
yeah.
you're not going to sign to the Tigers
We're
or
not going to the
Para
Tigers
or Dragons
or even
or
the
even
Sharks,
Cowboys.
even
like,
Manly at this stage. So,
if your goal is to win that premiership, your best spot is there right at the Melbourne Storm.
yep. That's
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. Yep.
Love
All
or
right.
hate them.
All right, talking this game that's currently on at the moment, 16 to 6. Currently, the Warriors over Sydney.
That's because I tipped the Roosters, mate.
Oh yeah. But
Angus Crichton just gave away a free penalty because of Tanner Boyd when he kicked the ball down the ground. So, but this, I love this time slot though, don't you, Baz? This time slot of New Zealand.
Yeah.
And so this is where I think I know we're getting off the track, but this is where it'll grow for the Perth Bears.
But it's coming down to daylight saving as well, where, okay, they've got daylight saving. We don't have daylight saving.
Yeah.
And
it will
also
change.
Perth doesn't have daylight saving. So,
Mm,
you know, it suits the Sydney time there because it's 3 hours behind.
yeah.
But we said this last week though. Bring back Monday night football.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my preference.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
what do you do? Do you kind of have the Perth Bears to go Monday night footy?
I'd like to see it Monday night football with Perth.
Mm.
Yeah. Maybe a double header on a Monday night. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
One in Perth, one on the East
Well,
Coast. One
There'll be a
on-
lot of
sorry,
happy
one on the
females
West,
out
one
there on a
the East.
Monday night.
Once there's 10 games a week, they're going to have to fit them somewhere. And,
Yeah,
and,
Yeah.
and
that's right.
personally, I don't want to try and watch 4 games on a Saturday and 4
well,
on a Sunday
yeah.
or something like that.
We
You know,
can't. I mean, you still got to have. You want to have a bit of a life on a Sunday. You're not watching 4 games unless you have, unless it's -6 degrees outside. But in far north Queensland, it's not.
No.
It's not
That's
like
right.
that. And it's okay when you're in Melbourne, Sydney, during winter, as you know, Dads. Like you don't go outside, so you're going to watch the footy. But we're always doing something else up here.
All right, turning to the rest of the games. Tonight, our time, 7 o'clock, the Broncos play the Panthers. Of course, we're going to have, if you're on YouTube, you can see all the scores there as when we put this out on a Tuesday. Of course, we'll have this live here tomorrow, as soon as tomorrow. So we'll put the podcast out tomorrow as an audio, and video comes out on Tuesday. Broncos, Panthers. How do we see this?
It's going to be a great one.
This is going to be a really
What a
good
great
game.
round 1 match. This
Yeah,
will
look,
be.
Broncos, I think will win. Even though I've actually tipped Penrith, I think they'll probably win at Suncourt Stadium.
Yeah, Broncos for me.
Yeah.
This is a real tough one.
But it's hard to not back the Broncos at
Well, how do you
Suncorp.
not? Yeah, exactly. How do you not back them? They're premiers. They're at Suncorp. Panthers, their pre-season, but that's gone out the window, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was just about to say their pre-season wasn't that good, but look at Melbourne's pre-season; it was terrible.
Yeah. So 165 to 223 there on Sportsbet.
Yeah, no, okay. I've tipped Penrith. I'm gonna tip Penrith. I'm gonna stay with Penrith.
Broncos for me, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, Broncos all the way for
Look,
me.
both teams look really strong though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
You know,
is
can't argue
Liam?
with
I
that.
don't think Liam Martin got up though for Penrith.
I don't believe so.
No,
I think he's still a bit injured
Yeah.
or sore.
doesn't look like he's
So
on the
that's a
team
bit
list,
of a
no.
loss. I mean,
Yep.
he's Australian forward. So, but
And what have we got on
All right,
Saturday?
let's turn to Saturday now. Sharks and Titans.
Oh, Sharkies.
this is at Shark
Sharks.
Park. Yeah, the Sharks will.
Well,
I mean,
no longer Shark Park now. It's actually changed
Ocean
its name.
Protect
Ocean
Stadium.
Protect Stadium.
That's a terrible
Sorry,
name.
what is called
Ocean Protect Stadium.
Oh, yes. Oh my God.
Everyone's got to call it Shark Park.
That is one
course
of
it
the,
is.
that is one of the most ridiculous names I've
It's
ever
obviously
heard.
a sponsored thing. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Ocean.
Ocean Protect.
Protect.
Ocean Protect Stadium.
That's a real good trivia one. This one,
Yeah.
and you need to do a trivia early in the season. What's his called? Ocean Protect. Where is the home ground for that football team?
That's Shark Park.
That's Shark Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I believe Cronulla will be too good for the Titans. The Titans will improve during the season,
Yeah,
but not in round one.
Round
Yeah,
one Sharks have got this.
Sharks $1.24, the Titans $4.10.
Yeah, no,
on
the
Sportsbet.
bookies rarely get it
Oh,
wrong.
this next game.
Yeah, Sea Eagles and Raiders.
Well, I heard a bit of a whisper that Canberra is coming for Jamal Fogarty in a big way, so that will be interesting. So hopefully there's plenty of fireworks early. But I do rate the Raiders, and I'm a terrific Manly fan, but Raiders should beat Manly. But Manly, did you know, Daz, their first month of football is they play at home, by home.
Yeah, that's
So-
a good round.
So
of
they
football.
probably need to be winning 2 of their first 3
Yeah,
to make sure that they can get in. Because if they go 1-3 or 0-3, they're in massive. Well, they won't make the 8. It's all over for them.
so this one's nice and close. Sea Eagles $1.91, Raiders $1.93.
Yeah, Manly for me.
yeah.
Well, Tom Trbojevic, first time as captain for Manly as well. So this would be it's a cracking game, and Canberra always struggle at Brookvale or Four Pines Park, we should be calling it. But we all love the Brookvale Oval. So,
Yeah, Brookie.
and that's at 3 o'clock or 3:05 on Sunday, if I'm correct.
No, that's on Saturday.
Saturday night. Saturday night.
3:05 Sunday is Dolphins versus Rabbitohs. And
Yeah.
that'll be another good match.
It should be a decent game of football, this,
Yeah.
even though
Back at
Dolphins are
Suncorp.
favourite. Dolphins are favourite, $1.82. The Rabbits currently at 2.02.
Dolphins for me, this one.
Yeah, I've gone Dolphins, but again, was the preseason that the Rabbits had was, was it as good as what it could be? Like David Fafita is firing at the moment.
Yep.
But look, if Dolphins want to make the 8, they have to be beating sides which are called the Rabbits, South Sydney.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they don't, I'm going to put it on this early. If they don't beat the Rabbits on Sunday, they won't make the 8.
Yeah. Of course, gamble responsibly.
And, congrats to the Tigers getting 2 points for this round.
Oh, well done. Oh,
Well done, Tigers.
yeah, well done,
At least
Tigers.
I got that. All right, opening round started on AFL. Let's look at AFL now. The Swans did Carlton 132 to 69.
So they were down by 10 points at half time, Sydney Swans. They kicked 2 goals, 6-18. And I do believe Carlton, off the top of my head, were on 28 points, but that's close enough. Anyway, there was a 10-point difference. They put on 12 goals in the third quarter, and I watched it, and it was an absolute clinical, beautiful form of football that the Sydney Swans are producing and are going to produce this year. Their midfield of Errol Goulden, Isaac Heaney, Chad Warner, the big Brody Grundy, and then like their forward line, like everything just went well. I'm going to put it on record. They're not going to lose a home game at the SCG this year.
What's going on with Carlton?
Same old. And I mentioned this to a mate today. Michael Voss comes out with plenty of enthusiasm for his side, but we've been hearing this same crap for the last 20 years about this football club. Their midfield's too slow. I don't know. I believe, look, Michael Voss was a great footballer. I just don't think he's the right coach for Carlton. But time will tell, but there's a lot of people already saying by round 5 he could be gone.
All right, let's talk to the rest of the round. Suns and the Cats. Suns to win, $1.43 to $2.78.
Yes, so that's at Gold Coast. And
That's on the
tonight.
Gold Coast.
That's tonight. So
People First Stadium.
people first with Patrick Dangerfield and Jeremy Cameron not playing tonight. I'm all over the Suns.
Yeah, go Gold Coast.
All right, Giants and the Hawks. The Giants are $2.71. The Hawks are $1.47.
Yeah, it makes sense. The Giants, I keep saying, they've got about 8 injuries of their top liners already. So be a great win for the Giants, but I don't see it. The Hawks will win it.
Yeah.
All right, Lions will play the Bulldogs.
Lions.
And, Lions $1.42. Dogs at $2.89.
$2.89.
Yeah.
That is a really good, I know you got to gamble responsibly, people, but at $2.89, because I believe the Dogs are a very good team this year. I mean, I know the Lions are as well, and it's at the Gabba. This game will be very close, very close.
Yeah,
I can't pick who's going to win that.
All right, last one at the MCG in Melbourne. St Kilda play Collingwood. Saints at $1.84. Collingwood at $2.
Come on, Dave.
That's the first time I've actually seen Collingwood at a higher odd.
Against St
Well,
Kilda.
I'm going to be one of 90,000 people there on Sunday night.
Yes.
Because I'm actually heading down to Melbourne's early Sunday morning.
Well, as soon as you enter the ground, the odds will change.
So I'll
I'm
try
sure.
and wave to you. But 90,000 people at the G, opening round.
Collingwood's got this in the
Collingwood's,
bag.
I'm a bit worried.
Go the Pies.
I'm going to obviously go the Pies, but it's a very big day in the city, in Melbourne on, as I said last week, the Moomba Festival's on,
Yes.
the Grand Prix on Sunday, and 90,000 people are going to the MCG Sunday night. So if you can't find a good place or a bar to enjoy yourself Sunday afternoon, Sunday night in Melbourne, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Controversy Corner. it was either one or two things that were happening. It was Kyle and Jackie O and Zach Lomax.
Oh, Kyle and Jackie O's
We're
better,
not
isn't
talking
it?
about Kyle and Jackie O, so we're going to talk about Zach Lomax. Oh, my goodness. It is the gift that keeps on giving. He's lost to NRL.
What is this all about? About this we've been nice to you, so instead of you can't play until in 2028, you can actually, you can sign in 2027. Was it end of 2027?
End of 27.
But what's that all about?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. The whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. He was actually seen at rugby union headquarters.
Yes.
In a pair of shorts and a T-shirt. So
during the week, a couple of days ago.
Yes, that's a great thing for an interview. They're going dressed up in a pair of shorts and a T-shirt. Yeah.
I mean, realistically, the careers of some of these football players are fairly short. Like, why would you botch it up like this? I don't know.
But what's going on that he's agreed to that? All he's agreed is that instead of I can
So
sign.
I think he's dug himself into a hole.
Obviously, he has.
Yeah.
Obviously, Parramatta have brought something up. Then all of a sudden, he's just agreed. Well, okay, I agree that I can come back a year earlier.
Has it come down to poor management?
Oh, he's got bad advice somewhere.
But it's still 2 years out of the game.
Yeah.
They are not going to let him sign anywhere else, Parramatta,
Yeah.
unless it is rugby union. But Peter V'landys came out yesterday and said, no, he's not going to rugby union. He will be within the next 6 weeks. You would have heard it here first, winners and grinners, that he will be signed at an NRL club in the next 6 weeks if Peter V'landys has anything to do with
surely not at the Storm, though.
Well, he wouldn't be at the Storm.
Can't fit him?
No, and I don't think I think as much as the Storm wants him, and that I don't think they can actually fit him in the salary cap.
But, all this going on, trying to break contracts and things, like it's just poison. Why would you want someone at your club like that? Like,
I've said it before. Like, he left St. George. He left them not high and dry, but in a way he did. And then he's gone to Parramatta. He was there for 1 year. I don't know. I don't know the young man, but, geez, how good's your personality?
he's a decent player, though. Like, if just play the game. And I don't understand it. I feel like he's set back his career. It's always going to be a black mark on his career.
Yeah, without a doubt it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But, it's going to be. I really don't think he's going to end up at rugby union this year. So it's just going to be where he's going to end up.
And it must all be over money, chasing money.
Of course,
it's about the almighty dollar.
But if West Tigers stepped in, or Manly stepped on in, or Newcastle, do you think Parramatta will let him go there? Are they they're still not happy at any other club?
I don't think they want him to go anywhere.
No.
Okay.
And
this is the point. He's broken the contract.
Parramatta needs to think. Really,
why
really
aren't they
needs to
just?
think.
You've said it. Why aren't they accepting him back?
Well, I don't know. Like I said, it was the gift that kept on giving. It was like, okay, first he's going to step up for Parramatta, then he's going to step up for Melbourne, and then he's actually going to he's seen at rugby union headquarters. He's going to play somewhere.
Yeah, I
this
know.
year, but
it's
where?
Something has occurred somewhere along the line that none of us, supporters, broadcasters, whoever it might be, has no idea what is going on here.
Yeah. Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, live and local FNQ. Obviously, not too much happening at the moment with.
Disappointing though. The not the captain. What's it called? Not the captain's challenge. The
challenge. The Challenge Cup is off this weekend because of the rain.
Well, there's no rain outside though, Baz.
Oh,
No, but the weather's just absolutely crap.
the grounds will be
I know.
soaked.
Yeah, that was quite disappointing because I think there was some teams coming from.
They were coming from Mackay.
And maybe PNG or
Yep.
the Pacific Islands. It was actually
Yeah,
looked
it's a real
quite.
shame.
It looked as though it would be a really good weekend, but
So the official word was that the grounds were just too bad to actually do anything about it. Now, if they're going out to Jones Park, then that place is an absolute quagmire. Even I know I've refereed on it.
mate, it's a quagmire when it's dry weather.
Yeah. Yeah. So very, very disappointing
Yeah.
with that one. I would like to see maybe the junior competition actually start very soon. So they've got to have junior trials
Okay.
really soon. So it'd be interesting to see where that actually sets up. Where are we at with AFL at the moment?
Well, it's probably a bit, only it's a month today. As you said, you'll be up there. A month today, North Cairns Tigers play Port Douglas Crocs.
Absolutely.
And that's the opening round
Good
1.
Friday. And
Good
that's the
Friday. So it's a standalone game for the entire weekend for Easter.
only place for a beer.
Yes, it is. And look, it's crept up on us. You can't believe we're
Yeah.
only 4 weeks away from the opening start of all sport, whether it'll be for hockey or football, rugby league, AFL. So it's all ramping up and exciting to hear and see. And hopefully this rain, this is hopefully, fingers crossed, that this will be the end of the monsoon.
End of the monsoon.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then we can start getting a bit more cohesion in with training and see a bit of sun. But we can't rely on far North Queensland about that. But it's it's, as I said, it's great, and that means that if we're only 4 weeks away from round 1, that means we're only 4 weeks away to Easter. So,
Absolutely, yeah. All right, we're got to wrap this one up soon because we've got to go and watch some football.
well,
All
it's
right.
interesting.
We're going to take notes.
The Warriors game is 22-6.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So,
Yeah. All right, final thoughts, boys.
I'm so glad footy's back on.
yeah, no, I mean, it's a great talking point wherever you can go, within the pubs and bars and, like just our chat show just at work. It's just, it just, I don't know, put a step in everyone's, life, and just exciting to see some new players coming on board who are the old players, proven players over the years. So, it's a lot of fun. And I mean, especially this weekend, you've got Super Rugby, got the NRL, AFL. If you can't find, there's football in the A-League.
If you can't find a pub, there's something wrong.
If you can't find a pub with sport, you are doing something wrong. So
Let's just hope Cowboys can turn it around.
Yeah, and I
Jesus.
think they've got the Tigers next week. So I'm really looking
Let's
forward
not take
to.
them lightly, though.
I'm actually looking forward to talking about that game because, as we said last Sunday, mate, they can't go 0-2.
That's
No.
right.
No, well, especially now. Well, what about Parramatta? Where do we see them?
We need to wait. It's only one game. It's at the opening round.
Yeah.
It was a thumping, but
It was a thumping, and I do believe that Mitchell Moses probably had his worst game for 3 years.
they need to get their confidence back. So
Yep.
we'll see in 3 or 4 weeks.
All right, boys and everyone else, thank you very much for joining us. And we will see you again next week for more Winners or Grinners. Have a great week, everyone. See you later.
Thanks, Daz.
See you,
Thanks,
lads. Bye-bye.
Tinners.